Hare Krishna, dear devotees, let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane, Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nitya, Srila Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for All session. Let's recite Bhagavad Gita Sloka. We are reciting from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 10, text 34. Remember, text 34, because now Krishna is talking about his opulences, his Aishwarya. So there in text 34, Krishna is saying that Mrityu sarva haraschaham, I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle, and of all these qualities among women, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. That's the verse we are reciting. Okay, Arunita and Aditi Lata Mataji. Anyone else who wants to go first? Wants to means if you need to go first, because you have some things lined up and So then you can raise your hand, and otherwise we'll just go in alphabetical order.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Arunita.
Nitya sarva harasjayam ubhasya bhavishyatam
Bhavishyatam.
bhavishyatam kriti
Kirti.
kirti
Kirti Shrir Vak Cha Narinam.
kirti shrir vakanarinam
Smritir.
smritir meda trida
Driti Kshama.
Shama. Translation. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mrityu sarva harasyaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirtisirvakcha narinam smritir medha dhritik kshama. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll go in order now. Once we begin going in order, then no taking in between. Okay? All right. Achit Priya Mataji. Okay,
Hare
Priyanka
Krishna
Hare Priya
Mataji.
Mataji. Okay, Mataji, go ahead. Achit Priya Mataji.
It's okay, Priyanka Mataji can do the next.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. I'm sorry. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mrityuh sarvaharashchaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirtihi shrir vakcha narinam samritir medha dhritihi kshama. Translation: I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Achit Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. All glories to Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Mrityu sarvaharaschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirtihi shrirvakcha narinam smritir medha dhritik shamam. Translation. Translation. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Thank you, Mata Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Achinta Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat. Mrityuh sarvaharashchaham
Mrityu sarva haraschaham
udbhavascha bhavishyatam
udbhavascha bhavishwatam
kirtihi shrirvakcha narinam
kritihi shrir varcha narinam
smritir medha dhriti kshama.
smritir medha dhriti shama. Translation: I am all devouring death. I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Isha.
मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्तिः श्रीर्वाक्च नारीणाम् स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience.
Krishna Ashish.
मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्ति श्रीर्वाक्चरारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience.
Madhava.
मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्तिः श्रीर्वाक्चरारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience.
Yeah. Rasapriya.
मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्तिः श्रीर्वाक्चरारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience.
Yes. Lokesh.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्ति श्रीर्वाक्च नारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Thank you, Mataji. Lokesh will recite later.
Okay. Sonia Mataji. Actually, Sonia Mataji should have been before, but anyway. Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mrityuh sarva harashchaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirtihi shrirvakya narinam smritir medha dhriti kshama. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am the fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Usha Mataji and Medha are here. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mrityu sarva haraschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirtis srirvakacha narinam smritir meda dhritir shama. Translation. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Thank you, Mataji. May they-
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कृतिः श्रीर्वक्च नारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा. Translation. I am all devouring death. I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience.
Yeah. Okay. Priyanka Mataji finished. Actually, Nilambari Mataji. Nilambari Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Mrityu sarvaharashchaham udbhavascha bhavishitam Viddhi sharirvakcha ninam smritir
Nari.
me narinam Viddhi sharirvakcha narinam smritir me dadriti shama. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Hare Krishna
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Narasimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu, Suvraj Spurti, Suvarnangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, the most pranam Paramahansa Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यतम् कृतश्रीर्वक्ष
Kirti Shrir Vakcha Narinam.
कीर्तिश्रीर्वाक्च नारिणम् स्मृतिर्मेधा धृति क्षमा. Translation by His Divine Grace Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. I am all devouring death, and I am generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
That's all.
Okay. Vindhyavali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mrityu sarva harashchaham udbhavascha bhavisyatam kirti srir vakcha narinam smritir medha dhritikshama. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay. So, Lokesh. All right. Anyone else who didn't recite? I'll recite. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 34. Mrityuh sarvaharashchaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirtihi shrirvakcha narinam smritir medha dhritikshama. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Yes, Lokesh.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sarva Harashchaham Udbhavascha Bhavishyatam
Kirti.
Kirti Vakcha Narinam
Narinam.
Smritirmeda
Shama.
Dhritishama. I am the all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, and speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, we discussed this verse yesterday. So, if you want an explanation for this, please refer to yesterday's class. Listen to yesterday's recording, because we spent more than half the class discussing, catching up with this verse. So, please, so that all the others, it won't be a repetition for others. Let's do Srimad Bhagavatam now. Already, in this short time, we are trying to pack everything. Japa and Sloka and commentary by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Bhagavatam, Leelamrita, Bhagavad Gita purport, packing everything up within 1.5 hours. So repetition will just take more time, please. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 7. So now we are continuing to read about the descendants of King Mandhata. So what were we reading yesterday? King Mandhata, apart from 50 daughters, he also had sons. Yes? So who are the principal descendants of King Mandhata? Mandhata's son is Ambarisha. This Ambarisha was given or was accepted as a son by Yuvanashva, Mandhata's father. So Ambarisha's son was named Yauvanashva. So Ambarisha, Yauvanashva, and Yauvanashva's son is Harita. So in Mandhata's descendants, Ambarish, Yauvanashva, Harita are principal. Apart from that, he had another son. You remember his name? Starts with P. He was brought down to the Rasatala planets by Narmada.
Purukutsa?
Purukutsa. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Yes. So that Purukutsa. Yeah. He was brought, he was very powerful. So in Rasatala there are serpents, Nagas. So the brothers of Narmada had her bring Purukutsa down, right, to Rasatala planet because they wanted him to fight and defeat, kill those Gandharvas who needed to be, defeated. So then Purukutsa did that for them. And then they were pleased with Purukutsa's service. So they blessed that anyone who hears this pastime means this history. Pastime is for the Supreme Lord, we say pastime. So this history of how Purukutsa was brought down by Narmada to Rasatala, anyone who hears this, he will not be attacked by any serpents. He doesn't have to fear by serpents. So this Purukutsa is another son of King Mandhata. We are reading about the descendants of Mandhata. Okay. So I think that's where we stopped yesterday. And Lokesh will begin reading today. We ended with Sonia Mataji. So Lokesh will begin and then Usha Mataji and Medha will read. So text 3. There in Rasatala, the lower region of the universe, Purukutsa, being empowered by Lord Vishnu, was able to kill all the Gandharvas who deserved to be killed. Purukutsa received the benediction from the serpents that anyone who remembers this history of his being brought by Narmada to the lower region of the universe will be assured of safety from the attack of snakes. Okay, next verse. Lokesh. Trasaddasyuh paurukutso yo naranyasya dehakrit haryashvastatssutastasmad prarunotha tribandhanaha. Not ready, Lokesh?
Sons of Purukshatra, Purukutsa was
Trasaddasyu,
who was the father of Anaranya. Anaranya's son was
Haryashva.
The father of Praruna was the father of Tribandhana.
Okay, so we know Purukutsa is the son of Mandhata. The son of Purukutsa, so Purukutsa was brought down by Narmada, right? So the son of Purukutsa was Trasaddasyu. Okay, and the son of Prasaddasyu is Anaranya. Just the sentence formation can be a little, confusing, but just follow it like this. Purukutsa's son is Trasaddasyu. Trasaddasyu son is Anaranya. Anaranya's son is Haryashva. Haryashva's son is Praruna. Praruna's son is Tribandana. Okay, so in between it is said he is the father of, that means his son is that person. So if you want to come down in that lineage, Mandata, Urukutsa, Trasadasyu, Anaranya, Haryashva, Praruna, and Tribandana in the lineage. Okay, Urukutsa's son Trasadasyu, Trasadasyu's son Anaranya, Anaranya's son Haryashva, Haryashva's son Praruna, Praruna's son Tribandana. Next. Mataji and Prabhuji are there. Lokesh. Tasya satyavratah putras Trishankur iti vishrutah praptaschandalatam shapad guru kaushika tejasa sashariro gatah swargam adyapi dividrishyate patito vakshira devais tenaiva stambhito balat. Mataji is not there. So Medha and Usha Mataji, well, they read, yes. No, they didn't read. Yeah, Usha Mataji and Medha, you're able to read? Maybe not. Driving, I think. So Priyanka Haripriya Mataji, you're able to read?
Yes, Mataji. The son of Tribandana was Satyavrata, who is celebrated by the name Trishanku. Because he kidnapped the daughter of Brahmana when she was being married, his father cursed him to become a Chandala, lower than a Shudra. Thereafter, by the influence of Vishwamitra, he went to the higher planetary system, the heavenly planets, in his material body. But because of the prowess of the demigods, he fell back downward. Nonetheless, by the power of Vishwamitra, he did not fall all the way down. Even today, he can still be seen hanging in the sky, head downward.
So we read about Trishanku in Ramayana. Trishanku. So who is this Trishanku? He is a descendant of King Mandata. Okay. So Mandata's descendant, we came up to Tribandana. Yes, Tribandana is the son of Praruna. So this Tribandana's son is Satyavrata. Satyavrata is celebrated by the name Trishanku. Tribandana's son is Trishanku. Okay, he was named Satyavrata. Trishanku was named Satyavrata, but he became famous as Trishanku because he kidnapped the daughter of a Brahmana when she was being married. So who are they here, the descendants? So in between we saw coming down from actually here they are all King Ikshvaku and his descendants are all kings only, Kshatriyas. Vaivasvata Manu's descendants, in between we saw some of them became Vaishyas, but again, once again, they became Kshatriyas. And coming down in disciplic succession of King Ikshvaku, we saw Mandata, and everyone from down from Mandata, they are all Kshatriyas only. Okay. So Trishanku is a king. He kidnapped the daughter of a Brahmana when she was getting married. So the father of that girl, the Brahmana, cursed this king Trishanku to become an outcast, a Chandala. So Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, this is within the Vedic society, the civilized society. Those who are outside of this are called Panchamas or outcasts. And there are various groups in that also. You have Mlechas, Yavanas, Chandalas, like that. So this king Trishanku or Satyavrata was cursed by a Brahmana to become a Chandala because he kidnapped his daughter, this Brahmana's daughter, when she was getting married. Yeah, even this type of marriage is actually normally not considered a high class marriage. I mean, marriage means when the girl is of a higher caste and the man is of a lower caste, that's not good. Either the girl is of the same caste as the man or a lower caste, that is fine. But girl being from a higher caste and man from a lower caste, it's not good. And what to speak of a man of a lower caste is kidnapping a girl of a higher caste. That's very bad, isn't it? So Trishanku kidnapped the daughter of a Brahmana, that too when she was getting married. In her marriage, he just kidnapped her. For this act, which is not at all befitting a person belonging to a higher caste, right? Like Anarya Jushtam, Aswargyam, Akirtikaram Arjuna, Krishna told Arjun. This is not at all befitting a man of the higher castes to run away from the battlefield. This is not befitting your position at all. Because, with the position comes responsibility. When you're given that position and when you're given that respect in society, it's because you have that responsibility also. You have to act accordingly. So he was a king and he was acting like a person who is less than a Shudra. This type of behavior, of course, Rakshasa Vivaha is allowed in Kshatriyas. In fact, it is considered of a very, it's of great pride for the Kshatriya to do Rakshasa Vivaha. Rakshasa Vivaha means forcibly taking a girl away. But that is done by fighting. So usually this happens with other Kshatriyas. So Krishna himself also did that. That's it. Krishna himself did it. Arjun did it. Krishna suggested that Arjun do it. So that is allowed. Taking a girl away, that is allowed, and it is considered a good. It just shows how powerful that Kshatriya is. Wow. Because others will come to fight him. They're not going to simply sit when someone takes the girl away. The brothers and father, they'll probably come to fight, or maybe other kings who wanted to marry her, like in the case of Draupadi. Of course, Draupadi's was not a forcibly taking away. Arjun actually fulfilled the conditions. Nevertheless, other people who come for that marriage, they also want to get married to that girl. And when one person wins her, they become jealous and they fight. And this person should be capable to defeat everyone and then take the girl. Bhishmadev also did that, not for himself, but for his brother, Vichitravirya. He went to Kashiraj, Swayamvar, same. There also Swayamvar was going on, and he took all three princesses from the Swayamvar, fought with everyone, defeated everyone, and then he brought them. And there we don't see that anyone is cursing Bhishmadev for doing that. Amba was upset because she was in love with someone else, not because Bhishmadev took the girls. That is allowed for Kshatriyas. Then what is the problem here with Trishanku taking away a girl who was getting married? She was a Brahmana's daughter. She was a Brahmana's daughter, and he forcibly took her away. And this behavior was not, is not acceptable. So therefore, the Brahmana cursed Trishanku to become a Chandala. That's the history. And that's not all. More things happen with this. Trishanku.
What is that girl's name from Mataji said? Trishanku.
Name is not given here. Trishanku is the king who was cursed. Girl's name is not given. Here it is said Amba. You mean in Mahabharata?
No. Here.
Yeah, here name is not given. Yeah. Because he kidnapped the daughter of a Brahmana. That's all it is said.
But these outcast marriages were there at that time also. And now it is repeating in Kali Yuga.
Acha, like outcast means intercaste marriages.
Intercaste marriage.
Yeah, I mean, even then it was there, but as I said, a higher caste man marrying a lower caste girl is accepted. But that is still not, it's called pratiloma. Anuloma and pratiloma. Huh?
Yeah.
Anuloma means, uh, yeah, so pratiloma is the opposite. When the wife is of a higher caste, it's called pratiloma. But intercaste was there, but that's pratiloma is not considered of a good marriage. If the wife is of a higher caste, it's not considered a good marriage. Wife should be equal or lower, then that is anuloma vivaha. So it was there, intercaste. Yeah, it was there. But preferably, it's not a common thing. I think it was not a common thing, but once in a while you find that. But nowadays it's
No, that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, that caste and nobody is bothering, and where
there's
Brahmana.
no training also, no, Mataji.
No.
There's no training also. Even when you say someone is belonging to one particular caste, the caste has to actually reflect their occupation, their, all those things. Where it is there now?
No.
So what is the meaning of that caste if there? So we must actually once again bring that system where the four varnas and ashrams are there, and simply by hearing their last name you understand
Yeah.
What is their lifestyle, what is their occupation, and everything. You understand what is their nature. Are they learned people? Are they warriors, or are they producers, vaishyas? We can understand by seeing the title. Nowadays it's just a label.
Yes,
Everyone is working in companies here and there. So what is the meaning of that title now?
that is
Right?
Kali Yuga. That is
That is
Kali Yuga.
yeah. But in one purport in the ninth canto, we are in ninth canto, it will come when we read about Lord Ramchandra. There Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that of course it's Kali Yuga, and it is possible to bring Ramarajya once again, even though this is Kali Yuga, if we can somehow or other introduce this Daiva Varnashram.
That's true.
You can bring that Kali Yuga, I mean that Ramarajya even in Kali Yuga, it is possible.
From childhood, we should teach the children like that.
Yes.
Thing. But nowadays
Yes.
they say, why? Why are you saying that? What happens if I do like this? So those questions these children are asking now. It's very
Mataji, it should be not just at home you teach and then what are they seeing outside? So you should have a whole system.
That's true.
Because then they're in a difficult situation. Like they hear something at home, they go outside in school.
Confused.
How
Yeah.
to fit them together, right? They want to be accepted amongst their peers and outside where they're going, and then so it becomes confusing for them. So the system has to be there. So the Gurukul system should be there, and the system of living simpler lifestyle, not depending so much on, technology and these, all these things, the modern way of lifestyle, Ugra Karma, not depending on that, simplifying, depending on earth for our food, depending on cows, like that. And then education, simpler type of education. So all these things, then everything will fall in place.
Thanks,
So,
Mother.
yeah. So, the son of Tribandhana is Satyavrata, and he is also known as Trishanku. Trishanku was cursed to become a Chandala because he kidnapped the daughter of a Brahmana when she was being married. Thereafter, after he was cursed and he became a Chandala, so now this Trishanku obviously is very sad that now he's a Chandala, right? So by the influence of Vishwamitra, he went to the higher planetary system, the heavenly planets, in his material body. So this is another thing. Now, Vishwamitra Muni wanted to, he had this, he had this,
Menaka.
he said, no, he had this disagreement with Vashishta Muni.
Oh, yeah.
So he wanted to become a Brahmarshi so that he would become as great as Vashishta Muni. What happened was, Vishwamitra Muni was a king before. When he was a king, he happened to come to Vashishta Muni's ashram once. And he came with his whole army of soldiers, many soldiers. And in the forest, in his ashram, Vashishta Muni was able to supply them such a sumptuous feast with all types of delicacies. And this king was stunned. How could he do this? Then Vashishta Muni showed his Kamadhenu cow that he had.
Surabhi?
Kamadhenu.
Surabhi?
So,
Kamadhenu. Okay.
Kamadhenu. So the cow could give whatever he wanted in any amount. So if you have to feed 1,000,000 soldiers, immediately it will provide rice, dal, sabji, everything. Halwa, pakoda, laddu, everything. Everything would come from the cow. So then the king said, oh, give me this cow. But the thing was, Vashishta Muni treated this cow like his mother. And how he will just give away like that. And besides, the cow was also very affectionate to Vashishta Muni. The cow didn't want to go like that. So anyway, so there was a back and forth between, he stole actually. He took the cow away by force and all that. There was fight. And I think the cow actually started, first she was taken away and then Vashishta Muni told her to release. She could also give soldiers who would come and fight. So this Vishwamitra Muni, who used to be a king, he was defeated. And then he wondered how Vashishta Muni is so powerful. He's just a rishi, but he's so powerful that even in battle he was defeated because he's a Brahmarshi. So he thought, if he's more powerful, then I want to be like that. So then he, in order to become a rishi, he started doing tapasya. But simply becoming a rishi, in them also there are different grades. The highest grade is Brahmarshi, right? So Vashishta Muni was a Brahmarshi. So now Vishwamitra Muni wanted to become a Brahmarshi. So he was doing severe tapasya. But when anyone does such severe tapasya, Lord Indra becomes worried. What if this person takes my seat, right? Become so pious, then he can come and take away my seat. Sorry. You're able to hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So then at that time, so Menaka was sent. So he fell a prey to lust once, and then again he learnt his lesson, and again he was doing severe tapasya. And this time this Trishanku came. So Vishwamitra Muni wanted to prove, right, that he also got powers. He wanted to test his powers that he acquired by dint of his tapasya. So he wanted, this Trishanku now was a Chandala. He did not have the credits, pious credits to go to heaven. You have to have, you should be in the mode of goodness to go to heavenly planets. Chandala is in very low, Shudras are in the mode of ignorance. Chandalas are even below the Shudras. How they will go to the heavenly planets? But Vishwamitra Muni wanted to send Trishanku to heavenly planets, and he, by the power of his, asceticism, he sent him to heavenly planets forcibly in his material body, human body, material Chandala body. He sent him. But when Trishanku came to the heavens, they were shocked. What is this? How this person is coming here? So Lord Indra sent him back. So then, again from the earth, Vishwamitra Muni was trying to push him up, and from up, Indra was pushing him down. So he was in between, in the middle.
That's why he was in Trishanku Swarga.
Then Vishwamitra Muni said, okay, if you don't allow him in Swarga, I will create another Swarga for Trishanku.
Trishanku Swarga.
By my power, like that. So, but the result was he fell a prey to anger. Yeah, he couldn't create,
He was hanging there, that's all.
Right. So yeah, he became angry, and then again he lost all the ascetic powers. Of course, eventually, after learning his lesson, the last time I told you, how, he was so angry now he wanted to go and kill Vashishta Muni, because he could not become, by tapasya, he could not become Brahmarshi, and Vashishta Muni was still, the Brahmarshi. So then he went to kill. He got a weapon, some kind of a weapon, I think an axe or something, and he went hiding behind the hut ashram of Vashishta Muni. So this was in the night. So Vashishta Muni was sitting with his wife in the backyard, looking at the full moon night, moon, and they were talking. He was talking with his wife. Obviously, husband and wife, they're talking in private, not that he was saying something so that Vishwamitra Muni could hear. He was just talking. So there he was saying, he was glorifying Vishwamitra Muni, how wonderful he is, and this and that. And Vishwamitra Muni, when he heard, he was there, he was waiting to go and kill, and he happened to hear Vashishta Muni talk to his wife. He got tears in his eyes. I have done, I've always hated him, and I am here to kill him, and this is what he thinks about me. And then he went and fell at the feet of Vashishta Muni then and there. And as soon as Vishwamitra Muni fell on the feet of Vashishta Muni when he was repenting, then Vashishta Muni says, please come, O Brahmarshi, please come. That means at this moment you have actually become a Brahmarshi. By giving up that hatred, whatever he had, all that is cleared. So at that moment he became a Brahmarshi. So Vishwamitra Muni eventually became a Brahmarshi, and also we see in Ramayana how he took Lord Ramchandra and Lakshman with him. So yes, he is a devotee. He is a devotee now, but he had to go through all that.
That's why they say anger is very. When you are angry, we don't know what we do.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna says, lust, anger, and greed are the gateways to hell.
That's true.
So,
very good thing to hear.
So thereafter, by the influence of Vishwamitra, he went to the higher planetary system, the heavenly planets, in his material body. But because of the prowess of the demigods, he fell back downward. Nonetheless, by the power of Vishwamitra, he did not fall all the way down. Even today, he can still be seen hanging in the sky, head downward. So even to this day, he's there in the middle of the sky. So Vishwamitra Muni attempted to create another Swarga for him, but then I think he fell a prey to anger. So that's what happened. Okay. Next verse. Who's supposed to read? Narsimhalila Chaitanya Prabhu. Thank you.
No, Mataji, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not. I just.
Yeah, it's your turn also, but you have a question.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. I heard that there is a Trisanku Swarga there. Is that the one, Mataji? Or?
That's what we are talking about. Yeah, so it is there now already.
Yeah, I mean, when I was listening to the stories of in childhood, I heard about of this Trisanka Swarga. So they created a separate Swarga for him actually.
Vishwamitra Muni actually created. And what happened after that? I'm not recollecting. Is the Swarga still there? Because here it is said in Bhagavatam, he is still hanging upside down in the middle of the sky.
Yeah, from that stories, what I understand is the Swarga still there.
Swarga is?
Still there, Mataji.
It is still there. And Trishanku is in that Swarga?
Yes, Mataji, that's what I heard.
That's what we used to think when we were childhood. We had these stories.
Yeah.
But whether that Swarga is still there or not, we don't know. But he was there, hanging there.
That is said here also, that he is still hanging upside down to this day.
That's why it's called Trisanka Swarga. So he must have created them.
Okay. So maybe I'll give you some more information on this maybe tomorrow. Isha was reading about it. She used to read a lot of Ramayana before. I'll find out and I'll tell you what is the current status of Trishanku Swarga.
Yeah, that's true. Because but they used to say Trishanka Swarga, he is there. But that means that Swarga is there. We don't know. But there's Bhagavatam and Ramayana, everything is, the scriptures are there. So
right.
Those are the ones, correct ones.
So the next verse. Traishankavo Harishchandro Vishwamitra Vashishtayo Yannimittam Abhudyuddham Pakshinor Bahu Varshikam. Prabhuji. Or Suraj put.
Yeah, Mataji. The translation, the son of Trisanku was Harichandra. Because of Harichandra, there was a quarrel between the Vishwamitra and Vashishta, who for many years fought one another and having been transformed into birds.
Hare Krishna. So, this Trishanku's son is Harishchandra. So, you're seeing all this connection now. Trishanku is a descendant of Mandata, and Mandata is a descendant of Ikshvaku, right? And Lord Ramchandra also comes in the dynasty of Harishchandra only, Ikshvaku dynasty. We will see that. So, Harishchandra is the son of Trishanku. Because of Harishchandra, Vishwamitra Muni and Vashishta had a quarrel. And that continued for many years. They fought with each other, being transformed into birds. Who? Vishwamitra Muni and Vashishta Muni. Purport. Prabhuji, others are there?
Hare Krishna, Mother.
Yes, Mata. Hare Krishna.
And Vashishta were always inimical.
Sorry, go ahead. I thought Suvarna Mataji. Go ahead, Suraj.
Vishwamitra was a Kshatriya and was by undergoing severe austerities, he wanted to become a Brahmana, but Vashishta would not agree to accept him. In this way, there was always disagreement between the two. Later, however, Vashishta accepted him because of Vishwamitra's quality of forgiveness. Once Harishchandra performed a yajna for which Vishwamitra was the priest. But Vishwamitra, being angry at Harishchandra, took away all his possessions, claiming them as a contribution of Dakshina. Vashishta, however, did not like this, and therefore a fight arose between Vashishta and Vishwamitra. The fighting became so severe that each of them cursed the other. One of them said, "May you become a bird," and the other said, "May you become a duck." Thus both of them became birds and continued fighting for many years because of Harishchandra. You can see that such a great mystic yogi as Shobari became a victim of sense gratification, and such great sages as Vashishta and Vishwamitra became birds. This is the material world. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avantino Jana. Within this material world, or within
However, within this universe,
however elevated one may be in material qualities,
One must
One must suffer.
one must suffer the conditions of birth, death, and old age and disease. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Therefore, Krishna says that this material world is simply miserable. Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. The Bhagavatam says, Padam Padam Yad Vipadam. At every step there is danger. Therefore, because the Krishna consciousness movement provides the opportunity for the human being to get out of this material world simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. This movement is the greatest benediction in society.
Yes. So in essence, this material world is not a place, is not an inhabitable place for a gentleman. This is said by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
He did
This
very
is
good.
not a place for a gentleman to live. We should try to finish our business here and get out of here. Not that we will try to get some, we'll try to improve our position, become great yogis, become great kings or whatever else in this world, and then we should not make our goals to live happily ever after in this material world. That is not at all advisable. So that is the lesson here. How Prabhupada is saying, even Saubhari Muni, he fell for lust. Vashishta Muni and Vishwamitra Muni, they became victims of anger. They cursed each other to become birds and they fought with each other. They are such great yogis, but they also became victims of anger. So, however great you become in this world, you will suffer the conditions of birth, death, old age, and disease. Right? Material pangs will be there. So, Krishna is saying this world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So you cannot become happy here and you cannot live forever here. Ashashvatam, and it is dukkhalayam. So there is danger at every step. Padam padam yad vipadam. So therefore, get out of here as soon as possible. So about now coming back to our descendants of Mandhata, we saw up to Trishanku, right? Tribandhana's son was Satyavrata, who is known as Trishanku. Trishanku's son is Harishchandra. And then in that context, we saw how Vishwamitra Muni and Vashishta Muni had a fight because of Harishchandra. How was that? Raja Harishchandra was performing a yagya, was doing a yagya. And the priest for that yagya was Vishwamitra Muni. So when the yagya is completed, you should give dakshina to the priest. Unless you give dakshina, the yagya is considered incomplete. It's not completed. It's not successful. So for dakshina, Vishwamitra Muni, what did he demand? Why was he angry at Harishchandra?
Demanded everything. He took away everything as a dakshina.
Vishwamitra being angry at Harishchandra. Why was he angry at Harishchandra? Disagreement. No. Vashishta accepted him because of Vishwamitra's quality. Okay, that's okay. Once Harishchandra performed yagya, Vishwamitra Muni was the priest, but Vishwamitra being angry at Harishchandra, I wondered why he became angry. Took away all his possessions, claiming them as a contribution of dakshina. Okay. So for whatever reason he became angry, and as a dakshina for that yagya which Vishwamitra performed for Harishchandra, as a dakshina, he claimed all the wealth of Harishchandra, all the possessions of Harishchandra. And Vashishta Muni didn't approve of this, so there was an argument between the two rishis, and then fighting. So the point that Srila Prabhupada is saying here is, material world. However great Rishi you may become, still you're in the material world. So take to bhakti. So we can stop here today. It's already 5:22. Or maybe we'll just finish up. Is Spurti there? And Prabhuji, did you read? Prabhuji read. Spurti and Mataji are going to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Sonapatyo Vishannatma Naradasyopadeshatah Varunam Sharanam Yatah Putro Me Jayatam Prabho.
Harichandra had no son and was therefore extremely morose. Once, therefore, following the advice of Narada, he took shelter of Varuna and said to him, "My lord, I have no son. Would you kindly give me one?"
Yes. So Harishchandra didn't have a son, so he, on the advice of Narad Muni, he took shelter of Varuna, the demigod Varuna, and he prayed to him, "Can you please give me a son? Can you bless me with a son?" Mataji is there?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanas Pranam Sarvasya Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yadi Viro Maharaja Tenaiva Tvam Yaje iti Tatheti Varunenasya Putro Jatastu Rohitaha.
O King Parikshit, Harishchandra begged Varuna, "My lord, if a son is born to me, with that son I shall perform a sacrifice for your satisfaction." When Harishchandra said this, Varuna replied, "Let it be so." Because of Varuna's benediction, Harishchandra begot a son named Rohita. Thank you.
So, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, here I'm a little bit not sure. So, Harishchandra begged Varuna for a son. You know, sometimes you go, you have, sometimes people go to the deity and pray, you know, to Balaji, they'll go and they'll say, you know, you have some problem or something in life, please fix this, or you have some desire and I will do this for you, right? Like maybe I will, whatever, you know, I will make a gold necklace for you, or I'll do this or something like that. But I need this, please give me this, like that. So here Harishchandra prayed to Varuna, "I want a son, and if you give me a son, then with that son I shall perform a sacrifice." What does that mean? With that son I will perform a sacrifice for you means looks like you do a horse sacrifice. He's going to do a sacrifice for the pleasure of Varuna with that son. Okay. So let's see what's going on, because yeah, let's see. Let's just read. But we'll read that tomorrow. I just wanted to finish with one family so that tomorrow we will remember where to begin. So, but for today, just remember Harishchandra didn't have any sons. So he begged Varuna for a son. And he said, "If I get a son, then with that son, I shall perform a sacrifice for your satisfaction." And Varuna said, "Yes, let it be so. Okay, you'll get a son and you'll do a sacrifice for me." Because of Varuna's benediction, Harishchandra got a son. And that son is called Rohita. So the rest we will read tomorrow. And tomorrow, Priyanka Haripriya Mataji will begin reading. Or actually, Nilambari Radha Mataji didn't read. Nilambari Radha Mataji and then Priyanka Haripriya Mataji. Okay, let's read Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, continuation of our introduction. So we read yesterday what are the 5 subjects, 5 truths, essential truths that are covered in Bhagavad Gita. Who will tell me what are the 5 truths that we will study in Bhagavad Gita?
I can tell Mataji.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead, Mataji.
Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, perfect.
Ishvara.
Ishvara, and there's
And
one more.
Karma.
Karma. Yeah, Jiva Praktikala. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you, thank you. No, good. Ishvara, Prakriti, Jiva,
Karma.
Kala, Karma. Yes. So these are the 5 subjects that we study. Let's continue reading. Brahman, or the Supreme Controller, or Paramatma, you may use whatever name you like, is the greatest of all. When you say the absolute truth is of 3, is known by 3 names according to the worshipper. According to the level of advancement of the worshipper, the absolute truth is seen in 3 forms: Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. So therefore Srila Prabhupada is saying you may use whatever name you like. Brahman, Paramatma, that is the greatest of all. The living beings are in quality like the Supreme Controller. For instance, the Lord has control over the universal affairs of material nature, as will be explained in the later chapters of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord has control over the universal affairs. Material nature is not independent. She is acting under the directions of the Supreme Lord. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Right? So she is acting under the directions of the Supreme Lord. As Lord Krishna says, Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. This material nature is working under my direction. When we see wonderful things happening in the cosmic nature, we should know that behind this cosmic manifestation, there is a controller. Right? You see the Niagara Falls, or sometimes you see beautiful skies, or beautiful rice fields you'll see, or you see the big ocean, right? What else? Anything wonderful that you see, or you see a very beautiful flower, or the fragrance, right, of flowers. What should you understand? When we see wonderful things happening, or even just newborn babies, right? When we see wonderful things happening in the cosmic nature, we should know that behind this cosmic manifestation, there is a controller. Nothing could be manifested without being controlled. It is childish not to consider the controller. For instance, a child may think that an automobile is quite wonderful to be able to run without a horse or other animal pulling it. But a sane man knows the nature of the automobile's engineering arrangement. He always knows that behind the machinery there is a man, a driver. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is the driver, under whose direction everything is working. Now the jivas, or the living entities, have been accepted by the Lord, as we will note in the later chapters, as his parts and parcels. The jivas, or living entities, are accepted by the Lord as his parts and parcels. A particle of gold is also gold. A drop of water from the ocean is also salty. And similarly, we, the living entities, being part and parcel of the Supreme Controller Ishvara, or Bhagavan, Lord Sri Krishna, being a part and parcel of Lord Sri Krishna, have all the qualities of the Supreme Lord in minute quantity, because we are minute Ishwaras, subordinate Ishwaras. We are trying to control nature, as presently we are trying to control space or planets. And this tendency to control is there because it is in Krishna. But although we have a tendency to lord it over material nature, we should know that we are not the supreme controller. We may be controllers to a small extent, like the gold, right? A particle of gold. But we are not the supreme controller. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So what did we learn in this paragraph? Material nature is not independent. Everything is happening under the direction of the Supreme Lord, right? And the example is like how he's like the driver, right? Although others may see, others means ignorant people may see that things are happening automatically. Actually, behind everything wonderful that we see, we should understand there is a controller, and that is the Supreme Lord. Next, let's read Leelamrita, Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita, and then we'll wind up. So Srila Prabhupada is in Butler, Pennsylvania, and in the evenings, people are coming and asking questions. And somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what's your opinion about Jesus? And then Srila Prabhupada said, he's the Son of God. And they all liked it. They were all Christians. Sally, when we cooked, he used only one burner. He used only one burner, right? In America, you have 4 burners. He used only one burner. The bottom level pot created the steam. He had the dal on the bottom, and it created the steam to cook many other vegetables. So for about a week, he was cooking this great big lunch, which was ready about 11:30, and Gopal always came home for lunch about 12. I used to serve Gopal a sandwich, and then he would go back to work. But it didn't take me long to realize that the food the Swami was cooking, we'd enjoy too. So he started cooking that noon meal for all of us. Oh, and we enjoyed it so much. Our fun was to show him what we knew of America, to show him what we knew of America. And he had never seen such things. It was such fun to take him to the supermarket. Can you imagine? This was in the 60s, 1960s. Going to America, to the supermarkets in America. So, of course, Srila Prabhupada is transcendental, but I'm just thinking from my perspective. Our fun was to show him what we knew of America, and he had never seen such things. It was such fun to take him to the supermarket. He loved opening the package of okra or frozen beans, and he didn't have to clean them up and cut them and do all those things. Just open it and cook it. He opened the freezer every day and just chose his items. It was fun to watch him. He sat on the couch while I swept with the vacuum cleaner, and he was so interested in that, and we talked for a long time about that. He was so interesting. So every day he'd have this big feast, and everything was great fun. We really enjoyed it. I would help him cut the things, he would spice it, and we would laugh. He was the most enjoyable man, most enjoyable man. I really felt like a sort of daughter to him, even in such a short time, like he was my father in law. He was a friend of my father in law, but I really felt very close to him. He enjoyed everything. I liked him. I thought he was tremendous. So that is Sally Agarwal's uh, impression of Srila Prabhupada. After lunch, Prabhupada would leave about 1 p.m. So he would come at 7 in the morning, it is said, right? And at 9:30 or maybe 9:30, I think he would start cooking. And it was done by 11:30. And then he would serve this to everyone. And after lunch, Prabhupada would leave about 1 p.m. and walk to the YMCA, where the Agarwals figured he must have worked at his writing until 5. He would come back to their apartment about 6 in the evening after they had taken their meal. They ate meat, so Mrs. Agarwal was careful to have it cleared away before he came. When one night he came early, she said, "Oh, Swamiji, we have just cooked meat and the smell will be very disagreeable to you." But he said, "Oh, think nothing of it. Think nothing of it." So we'll stop there. Or just I'll read the next two. In the evening, he would speak with guests. The guests would usually take coffee and other refreshments, but he would request a glass of warm milk at 9 o'clock. He would stay, speaking until 9:30 or 10, and then Mr. Agarwal would drive him back to the YMCA. Prabhupada would also do his own laundry every day. He washed his clothes in the Agarwal's bathroom and hung them to dry outside. He sometimes accompanied the Agarwals to the laundromat, and he was interested to see how Americans washed and dried their clothes. To Sally, he seemed very interested in the American ways and people. So that is Sally Agarwal's opinion, her impression. So we will stop there. Thank you all so much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness.
Can you hear me?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
Mataji,
Yes.
there was this Bhishma Dev was born because this pastime happened previously. It was similar to the stealing. He also stole Surabhi cow. Remember? Is this from
Yes, yes.
Vasishtha Muni? Is this from Vasishtha Muni?
He also stole from Vashishta Muni only.
Yes.
But this is Vishwamitra is different, but yeah, same from Vashishta Muni. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
has to take birth. Oh my God.
yes,
So
yes.
about that.
They are the 8 what are they called?
Mahajans.
No,
Mahajan.
no. No, no,
No,
no.
Vasus. 8
Vasus, 8 Vasus. So the oldest one, Dyau, is the oldest one.
He is
He
the
was
one who did it. That's why he was stuck. Otherwise, the others were released. That is,
yes.
oh my God, so suffering.
But Bhishmadev, you see, about these devotees, he is an eternal associate of Krishna. But they descend through, like Uddhava, about Uddhava also it is said that he was I think he was also a Vasu, Uddhava. But Uddhava is an eternal associate of the Lord in the spiritual world. But when they can come in any way. These are all,
They can come in
details.
partially, right? The half day, it's half day, and another person comes.
No, but the thing is, they come like not directly from spiritual world to the earth, but from spiritual world they can come to the heavenly planets first, and from there again come down like that in levels.
Oh, that's why. That's why
Yeah.
it's. But I understand because of the pastimes. These things, these incidents happen, and the cursing and all those things. But it sounds so bad coming because if demigods and if like higher planetary personalities are having this cursing and all these things, think about us, what we are
That's
going.
exactly what Srila Prabhupada said in the purport. That in this material world, you go even up to the planet of Brahma. Brahma bhuvana loka punaravartinorjuna. These miseries of material existence, birth, old age, disease, and death, you cannot get away from them. However great you become in this material world, whether you go to become a demigod or a great rishi, still you have these problems. So the best thing is to become a devotee.
Even after becoming devotee also, Mataji, they are also Nitya
We are not pure devotees yet, no, Mataji.
No, we are not. I'm
If
not.
you become a pure devotee, you transcend. Mam chayo avyabhicharena. When we do avyabhichari bhakti, that means pure devotional. Unalloyed is avyabhichari. Mam chayo avyabhichari bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Immediately you transcend the modes. That means no more effect of the modes. So no cursing, no lust, anger, greed. Those things are all finished. Transcend.
But the
Provided you do
But
pure
it is
devotions.
also, yes, Mataji, but it is also said that the moment we start devotional service, we are under the protection of Krishna. So we are under the
When
protection of.
you say the moment we start devotional service, what type of that? Starting devotional service means pure devotional service.
No, why? Even it says no. Krishna says no. Even if we are,
Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. That one you are quoting.
yes, even if we are doing even little bit, also we are under the protection of Krishna, right?
That one you should see the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He says, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya, that dharma is pure bhakti. That is why we need to understand what are the types of bhakti. That's why we need to understand. So we are all now aspiring to be devotees. We are not yet devotees. Devotee means pure devotee. Until then, we are aspiring to be pure devotees. But if you become a pure devotee, yes, sagunan samatityayitan, right? You are not, of course, you are under the protection of Krishna. But you see, ye yathamam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham. As one approaches me, I reward him accordingly. Krishna says. So if you're doing mixed bhakti, then that's how the Lord is also reciprocating with you to that extent. But someone who is doing pure unalloyed devotional service, the Lord's reciprocation to that devotee and his reciprocation to you, if it is the same, then is he being fair? Right? But he is certainly reciprocating with everyone and is certainly protecting everyone. But Krishna himself says, Ye yathamam prapadyante. As one approaches me, I reward him accordingly. So this is just really between you and Krishna, between me and Krishna, right? So to what extent I am surrendering to him, to that extent he is reciprocating with me. Like that.
Yes, Mataji. Situation is hopeless.
No, but that's also good. When you say it is hopeless, then our only hope is Krishna, your mercy. Not by my achievements or my accomplishments or my bhakti, I'm going to achieve something. I am helpless. If you pick me up, then I can. And that humility will actually bring you. When you are humble, then you get the mercy of sadhus. This is how it works. And by the mercy of sadhus, you hear from them, and then you get full shraddha, and then you enter into pure devotional service. But problem with generally all of us, I can see for myself, the problem is that pride, right? There is, I mean, it's so hard to overcome it, and the sad part is I don't even try to overcome that, right? Oh, I'm this or I'm that, or by this I'm going to do. So dependence, sharanagati means surrender to the Lord, right? But the process has been given. Nothing, there's no need to become, what do you say, disappointed or disheartened. If we simply sincerity is required. If we sincerely follow the process given by the Acharya, by Srila Prabhupada, then yes, in this very life you can get success. Srila Prabhupada is assuring. But from our side, we have to be sincere. That's the point. That's what I am noticing in myself. Everything is there. Everything is there. It will come. Everything is true. Whatever Srila Prabhupada said is true. Then if I'm still not seeing the result, if it is all true, then I am lacking. I am lacking.
Yeah. Yes, I'm lacking, definitely. Definitely. That's a fact.
And then when we realize that, and when we sincerely pray, and I'm not even praying, I can tell you. So that again, why I'm not praying? I think because of pride, right? We should become humble, and we should be like when you're in a helpless condition, you'll be really desperate, right? Praying, help me, help me. But when we are comfortable, we think, oh, everything is fine, okay. But that humility is not coming. That will come by the mercy of devotees, pure devotees. By their mercy only we can actually get it. Yes, Mataji, you were saying something.
Mataji, this is another thing, Mataji. I don't feel like, asking for even, of course, when it is a very serious condition, I mean, someone's life and death situation is there, that's a different scenario. But otherwise, I don't feel like asking anything from Krishna, Mataji. I don't know, it's maybe something.
That's good. That's good. We should not ask anything from Krishna. Not material things, certainly not.
Even
That's
spiritual,
good.
spiritual things, of course, I ask, like make me a pure devotee. That is the
Ah,
only thing I ask.
right. That's all. Yeah.
And remove my anartha. Those are the only things which I ask. But
Right.
then, like you
Or
said,
give me association of devotees, you can ask.
yes. So that is the problem. Like when I see Krishna, like I see people are praying and all those. I feel that if Krishna wants this, then I have to accept it. Even when all this condition happened with Jeet and all, I never felt like asking Krishna to, make everything correct. I always thought that if Krishna wants it, what can I do? This is Krishna's will. Always I thought, for some reason, I don't know, from previous birth probably, because at that time I was not Krishna conscious. But I was thinking
Yeah,
in my,
you must have the samskaras from before.
yeah, something, because I could not ask, like my mother was saying, that ask God,
Right. Yeah.
everything. But I could not ask that. My flaw, Mataji. My
No, it's
flaw.
good. It's good. Yeah, you should not. I mean, Prabhupada said, like, pure devotional service means we don't ask. We don't ask anything for ourselves, especially material things. We don't ask. We accept.
Yes.
But for others, even for others, we don't ask for material things. We pray for their that they should get bhakti like that devotees pray.
Yes. Mataji, one more thing. So, there are people who we see that they get possessed, or they get in someone cursing, and immediately that is affecting on them. Whereas others, it is not. So, because they are strong, I don't know what strong. So, how does this difference come? Is it because of the karma in the previous birth? Why are they different? Why are two entities different? Like for one person it is not affecting. I'm not talking about devotees, I'm talking about normal people only. One person it is not affecting, the other person instantly it is affecting.
But how you can tell what is that person's? How you can tell that person is not a devotee? It's a quality of the heart, how much dependence that person has on the Supreme Lord. He may or may not be a Hare Krishna devotee, but in his heart he may have that devotion, that dependence on the Lord. So yeah, so that spiritual advancement will be there. That's the only reason. What else can you say? Because see, one who is, what do you say, who has taken vaccinations, right? He is less prone to catch the disease, and someone who has not taken the vaccination is more vulnerable. So like that, somebody who has those samskaras of depending on the Supreme Lord, right? So he is like the person who is vaccinated, and another person who thinks, like that person's mentality is that I will do everything myself, right? There's no dependence on the Lord. That means he's not spiritually advanced.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
sister.
generally, the one who is stronger can capture the weaker. That's the principle. Those who are weak, they become victims. So weak in what way? So if you are spiritually stronger, then stronger than the person who's attacking, then that will not act on you.
But the tantric and all, like in the previous time they used to
Same,
go.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a great devotee. The
Yeah.
tantric apparently was very powerful. So his daughters, they all became sick,
Yeah.
right? Very, very sick. Even Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself became sick, but eventually he came out victorious.
Yeah.
Not to say that they were weak or anything. This could be Krishna's pastime because they are all eternal. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is an eternal associate from the spiritual world. So they don't even have a material body or they don't have karma or anything. So there's no question of anything like that. So we should just accept this is the pastime.
Yeah, I have seen the difference. Like me and my sister, she was weaker. Even if she goes something, something happens, she will immediately fall sick. But nothing. Those things
Faith,
affected her.
faith also, faith matters.
No, there was no faith in my childhood. There was nothing like faith means all the demigod worship going on at that time. So there was Krishna was not there in the household.
Okay, I have another class, Mataji.
Mataji, no problem. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.